This is the Cancer Boss Method podcast, the place to be when cancer sucks and you don't want it to. I'm Leslie Nance, survivor, cancer coach, and healing mentor. Come learn the truth about what your role is in your own healing. No BS, just real strategies from a cancer coach who has been there, done that. And I'm talking about healing. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the Cancer Boss Method podcast, where we talk about reclaiming your health, your life, and your power on your terms. I'm Leslie Nance, holistic cancer coach, oncology nutritionist, and a woman who knows firsthand how cancer can turn your world upside down. But today we're not here to talk about fear or struggle. We're here to explore something that often feels like a mountain when you are on your healing journey, and that is forgiveness. In this episode today, I just want to call this like adventures in forgiveness. And this is a big topic, but I promise you it comes with one of the most freeing conversations that you will ever have with yourself. So I want you to grab a cup of tea or coffee and settle in, and let's go on this journey together. So forgiveness isn't about other people. It's about what we carry within ourselves. And when cancer shows up in our lives, it doesn't just affect our bodies, it messes with our hearts and our minds as well. And so you might feel wronged or betrayed or deceived or humiliated in some way. And cancer can embody every one of these emotions. It's like a barrage of uninvited guests that turn everything upside down and make a mess of things. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like cancer robbed you of your life? And if you answered yes, you are not alone. It is natural to feel that way, but here's the thing. The easiest way to let cancer boss you around is to deepen your grievances against it. That's right. To get more angry at it, to be defensive about it, to feel wronged or betrayed or be a victim of it. And so I want you to try something. As long as you are not driving, if you're driving, just save this and do it later. But if you can, I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to write down every negative emotion that you feel about your cancer right now. And no editing, no judgment, just let it flow. You might have written down things like rage or fear or resentment or confusion or hopelessness or whatever it is that you wrote down. I want you to take a moment and I want you to look at that list. And I want you to ask yourself, is it easy to overlook these pains? I'm sure the answer is no. No, it's not. Cancer does not come without its emotional bruises in our life. But here's the game changer. If you make cancer an enemy and stay angry at it, you risk holding on to that pain longer than necessary. Let me tell you a story about my friend who faced something that was really unthinkable. This is a story of radical forgiveness. So years ago over dinner, my best friend shared something that changed my perspective on forgiveness forever. You see, when she was in college, one of her closest friends, his name was Mike, was murdered. And I remember her saying, Leslie, I thought that I'd carry that hatred for the man who did this for the rest of my life. But she didn't. Instead, she went on a journey of forgiveness, not because the man deserved it, but because she did. She created an art exhibit that opened a conversation about violent loss, and it became a space for others who'd experienced similar tragedies. And through that, she found her own sense of peace. And her words stuck with me. I realized that my love for Mike could outlast the pain. The hate was just taking up unnecessary space. When we work on releasing pain, we actually begin to take our lives back and we begin to heal. So let's try something else together. I want you to go back to your list and I want you to choose one of the negative thoughts about cancer that's keeping you up at night. just one of those thoughts that you wrote down. And on a clean piece of paper, I want you to write that thought in big, bold letters. Now, pause this and just stare at that word for 60 seconds and just let it sink in. Really feel the weight of that word that you have chosen. Welcome back. Now, I want you to take another color of pen or marker or something completely different, and I want you to draw a big heart around that word. And after you do that, I want you to start scribbling through it. And I don't want you to be neat about it. I want you to just go for it. And as you scribble out that word, I want you to say out loud, I release you. I choose love instead. I release you. I choose love instead. And this might sound simple, but physical action paired with intention creates a lasting imprint in your mind. And every time that thought creeps back in, I just want you to remember that image of you scribbling that out and saying, I release you and I choose love instead. Now I know what you're thinking. How could I possibly forgive cancer? It feels like giving it a pass, right? Like somehow that we're saying that it's okay or that you're surrendering to it. But here's what I've learned. There's peace and letting go of the fight. Cancer is not your enemy. It's a wake-up call. It's a challenge. And yes, sometimes it's even a teacher. So take a moment to reflect. What unexpected gifts have come through your cancer experience? Is it a deeper connection to your family? Have you found strength in your faith again? Are you more mindful about your body and how you treat it? Have you found a newfound passion for health and wellness? Whatever it is, I want you to pause this again, and I want you to take a minute and scribble those thoughts right underneath that heart. Because what that is your healing evidence. Your proof that cancer does not get to define you. Anger can feel empowering, and I get that. But if cancer is the enemy, then anger becomes a sword. But peace is a true superpower, because in peace, we open ourselves to healing. The mind and body are deeply connected, and studies show that chronic anger suppresses our immune system, while forgiveness reduces inflammation and supports resilience in our body. So when you choose forgiveness, you're not giving up. You're healing from the inside out. I want to leave you with one last thought here. Healing is not a destination. It's a daily decision to choose love over fear. When you forgive cancer, yourself, or even the circumstance that brought you here, you make room for something bigger. You make room for peace and clarity and hope. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you're holding two bags, one with grievances and one with forgiveness. Now visualize yourself setting that heavy bag of grievances down and walking away with a lighter bag of forgiveness. Now take in a deep breath. The adventures of forgiveness isn't about forgetting or pretending that cancer didn't leave a mark in your life. It's about reclaiming the space it tried to take from you. All right, that's it for today, my friends. If you did scribble that heart exercise, I'd love to see your creations. I'd love to see what you wrote, your power words, and how you are working on forgiveness in your life. So if you're in my free community, the Cancer Boss Club on Facebook, make sure that you share a photo of that there. And let's celebrate courage to forgive and heal. Remember, life and healing is an adventure in forgiveness, and I'm honored to be on that adventure with you. So until next time, stay present, stay loving, and above all, stay the boss of your cancer. If you have enjoyed this episode, it's time to connect. Make sure you follow this podcast and check out all the socials on anystagecancer.com. If you're ready to talk about your own healing using the Cancer Boss method, then click the link below this episode. Hey, and remember, cancer's not your destiny. Okay, I'm outie.